How's she going, boys? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampie's Workshop. Boys, it's nice when you drop in the shop. I'm so glad you're here today. The job we have today, it's on the Massey Ferguson GC2300, sitting right here in front of me. You can't see it, but it's right there. We're going to put chains on it. I put chains on the tractor, made videos of that many times, and I have a link below for one of the videos where I put the chains on. So if you want to see how I put the chains on my tractor, by all means, go check that out. I sure wouldn't mind that a bit. But what we're up to today is, when I put the chains on, lots of guys, when they do their chains, they let the air out of the tire, put the chains on as tight as they can get them, and then blow up the tires. I don't do that because my tires are filled. I have them filled with actually windshield washer fluid is what I put in them. And it's about 88 pounds a side, so that gives me an extra 170 odd pounds or something at the back of the tractor. Makes a big difference for stability of the tractor and being able to push and dig in. Nice to have that weight. But anyway, enough about that. Because of that, I don't deflate my tires, put the chains on. I put the chains on, get them as tight as I can, and then I put an external tensioner on the chain. So what I'm going to do in this video is we're going to make some chain holders, some chain tensioners. Alright, so I'm putting my chains on the tractor here, and a couple of years ago I bought these chain tensioners. It's just a rubber bungee with some hooks around it. But over the years, the last 2 years, they've gotten pretty rotten, if you can see that. And in fact, when I went to put them on this time, they broke, right? So they're no good anymore. But because I don't take the air out of my tire, put the chains on, tighten them as tight as I get, and then re-inflate, I like to put something on here to keep tension on the tires. And like, the chain is pretty tight right now, but as I use it, it'll get looser. And then I'll have to retighten it. But, you know, that's no big deal. So then I was thinking, well, what am I going to do? Well, first thing I did was I went on Amazon to try to find replacements for these. And I thought, well, why order those again? They're only going to last a couple of years and break. Why can't I get something that's better? So when I was on Amazon, I found this chain tensioner that was just a steel ring in the middle with 4 springs on it. And I thought, that's going to be the answer. Steel, like the weather won't cause the steel to rot like that. It'll cause it to rust perhaps, but not go bad like that, right? So I'll get those. So the set that I found to fit this, perfect size for this, was $21.95 on Amazon. It turned out that these chain tensioners weren't free shipping. In fact, the chain tensioners was $21.95 and the shipping was $32.85, sorry, I shouldn't exaggerate. So what I did was I said, I'm not going to order these chain tensioners because of the exorbitant amount of shipping. I thought, I've got some springs here in the shop, I'm going to make my own. So what I ended up with was, I had a hide-a-bid one time that was no good, so I stripped it apart, saved all the steel out of it, and I kept the springs. So these are like bed springs out of the spring. Out of the spring that was in the hide-a-bid. So I have a bunch of these springs, and I need to lengthen them to make the tensioner for my chain. So that's tightened up on in the vise, and I have my little spring puller tool here. Hook that on there, and I just pull this out. And I think I'm going to need it about 5 inches. That's 4 inches. We pull out a little more. There, that's just about 5 inches right there. So I can put these springs here. I stretch 4 of them, put one here, here, and here. Now I need a ring for the middle. So now I need something to make the steel ring. So look what I have here. This used to be a support for, I think, a shelf in a fridge. Right, the glass broke, so we got rid of the shelf. But anyway, I saved it. Who knows what you ever use this stuff for, eh? Well, that's, I don't know, 3/16 steel. I figure I need a 4-inch diameter circle in the center of my wheel to attach these springs to, the ones that I stretched out. So when I figure out how much circumference a 4-inch diameter circle is, it's 12 inches, approximately. I think it's 12 and a half, something like that. 12.57638219765 4239988. No, that's wrong. So anyway, I figure if I made my circles 12 inches, if I made the steel 12 inches long for the circles, it would work good. So when I measure this from the inside of that to the inside of that, it's just 24¼ inches. So that's going to be perfect. I'm going to cut this here, in here, cut it in half, and then I can form up 2 of these pieces into a circle. And I'm going to weld them together. So now the trick is to get this into a circle. So I'm just going to start here in the vise. Almost there. I don't know. I can mess with it for another hour, I suppose, and I don't know that would be any better than that. So now I just need to put a little bead of weld around here, and that should do us. What I want to do is just kind of put a little bit of the weld right on there. Alright, I'm going to go cool that off and grind it down some. Alright, so there's my ring, and I ground all the paint off it because I think I'm going to repaint it. And my weld, well, it's not great, but I think it's going to hold. So let's just put this together. Well, I think that's going to hold the chain on there pretty good. Alright, we got the snow plow on now. We've got the front chains and the rear chains. We don't have the blower on yet, but I'll put that on a little bit. But look at these chain tensioners. Did you ever see anything so beautiful? And you know what? That ring in the middle there is welded. And I welded it. And just to prove that I could weld, made another one on this side and welded this one too. Ain't that great? I think those chain binders are going to work alright. And then I just have regular springs on the front here, and they work good too. Well, I made my own chain tensioners. I think they're going to work out alright. I like those. I even painted them. I like them so much. They're Grampie's Workshop approved because I painted them. So, you know, the other chain binders I had with that little elastic band, they were alright, but, you know, the band rotted with the sun. So now I got some good metal ones there. They should last a good long time. So, let me know what you think of these chain binders. Do you think they're any good? Do you think they're going to fall off? Do you think they're going to rust? Do you think they're going to hold the tension right? Lots of questions. Let me know what you think. And if you're new to the channel, thanks for dropping by, and let me know what you think about this too. And don't forget, everyone, please thumbs up me. And like I say, leave some comments. I love getting comments. I hope everybody's going to have a great week. Take care, folks. We'll talk to you.